And that, like, again, all of that happened to me has guided me to where I am, today. Fortunately enough, last year, party leader, Mr. Holness, asked me if I wanted to join. And I thought about it for a few weeks, and well, here we are, of course. But it just jived, right? It was something that ever since I set myself on that forward sort of path where I wanted to have good things and, rub shoulders with, good people that, knew what they wanted and stuff like that, things started turning around. And that's the cycle, that happened to me. So, fortunate enough, I said yes. And here we are today. And that's basically the path that I would continue, as city councillor of Loyola. I've been here for a year and a half. I've seen a lot of things that are happening, in our district, where you've seen obviously some media about it. You've seen some of my posts on my official Facebook page about it.
Where I've seen those, but there's no guarantee that everyone's seen those.
Well, no, but then you can go to joeldebellefeuille.com or go to Joel DeBellefeuille on Facebook, and you'll be able to see, some of my posts. You can pick up the Suburban and see some things as well. And so basically, you saw it. Some of the things, I live on Walkley. I wanted to, when I moved from the South Shore over here with my family, I wanted to immerse myself in a community, in an area of the community where I felt that I could bring some good, make some changes where, people that for whatever reasons are less fortunate than others, I wanted to be able to bring the life experiences, that's what I like to call it. It's the life experiences that I have, that I went through, that are actually changing laws. I've changed laws, you can go to Canley and pull up multiple case laws and cases where my situations have helped people win their cases, lose their cases, and so on. But because it's case law, it's there. So I said, I'm going to take this, I'm going to immerse myself in a community where I can try and create change for the better, for the people, and do it, methodically, effectively, using the tools that are at the hands of the citizens, which some of them aren't familiar. I know when we had a conversation in the park the other day, I made reference to the Montreal Charter of Rights and Responsibilities, which, if nobody who's listening aren't familiar with it, it's a charter of rights between the city as well as the citizens of all the 19 boroughs of Montreal. It's a social contract that allows citizens to basically invoke to the city if any of those articles are breached. There's about, I think there's 42 or 45 articles that touches on every single topic. Again, I'll go back to wherever you look, wherever you see. So, I mean, if you look at the streets, if you look at the sidewalks, if you look at buildings, if you look at trees and landscapes, infrastructure, the whole 9 yards, it touches on all of that information in the articles. So as a citizen, I invoked that my rights, which also includes my surroundings as a whole, are being breached. And I'll make reference to the, unsightly building on Walkley, where I've had people come up to me, just in conversation, telling me that, it's been 12, 13, 14, 15 years that this building, has had the graffiti, the boards up, 5-foot long grass. Like, it's just, and going back to whoever you keep, that is what you will either be or become or be similar to. So the citizens or residents of this area are walking up and down Walkley Street every day of their lives for however old they are and however long they've lived here. And they're seeing the utter filth, the utter disarray and dismay of that building. And that those children that are also walking there, they're going to be affected by what they see. They're sponges. They're absolute sponges. They take in absolutely everything that they see, that they hear. So they're seeing the state of this area on Walkley and the surrounding streets that they're going to remember when they're 20, 15, 30, 40, 50, 60, until they die. They're going to remember what they grew up in and what kind of mental or social impact do you believe or think that that will have on them in their, you know, in beyond years? A tremendous amount. And even myself, I was being affected by it. I was, you know, getting upset that, you know, I got to go outside. I got to see garbage. I got to see this building with long grass. I've got to, when I'm walking my dog, I've got to dodge skunks because they're hiding in between 5 foot long, you know, bushes. I mean, that's not cool. That's not the way people should live. That's certainly not the way people that are living 1 street over or 2 street over and so on, you know, or
I'm over,
you know,
like, I'm at Rosedale and Fielding. Trust, nobody on Rosedale is living like that.
well, exactly. So I used some articles in the charter to basically say, you know what, CDN-NDG, you have breached multiple articles, not only for me, but for the residents in this district. And you're going to do something about it. Again, in a you know, professional manner where, you know, I stated out information as to what articles I was referencing. And within 30 minutes of sending out an email, I received a phone call from somebody from the city explaining to me that they had just received an email and that they were going to look into it, and that it's the OMHM's responsibility to, you know, do something with the building.
What's an OMHM?
The L'Office Montreal, it's the residential affordable housing managerial group, like the SDHM. They basically affordable housing for residents. So they own that building. That is a disgrace. So he told me.
So it's the affordable housing people own the really bad building and nobody just did anything with it.
You said it. So they were basically waiting on funding. The gist of the story, they're waiting on funding from the government in order to, you know, properly allocate those funds to certain projects. And the building, you know, in question was the, you know, one of the buildings that was waiting on that funding.